Are you changing your holiday plans due to the sliding dollar? With the loonie nearing 80 cents US, the local tourism industry is expecting more people to stay at home and more visitors from across the border. Greg Harper joins us from downtown Vancouver with more on this topic. Greg?
Good morning, Jody. I'm watching our dollar very closely this morning. Last time I checked, to be very precise here, our dollar is at 0.8059 cents US. It's been dropping this entire month. And with our dollar where it's at right now, there's pros and cons with that. On the positive side, Tourism Vancouver already is saying that they're expecting to break a record this year for overnight visits in the city. And while our low dollar is good for local tourism and exporters, it's not good for cross-border shopping, for those looking to vacation in the U.S. or for the average consumer. Experts say a higher U.S. dollar will mean we'll have to spend more on imported food and other consumer goods.
A low dollar generally any time is good for us because it adds value to the experience. It also encourages more Canadians to shop at home, to consider vacationing in Canada.
So how bad has our loonie been doing? Well, this month alone, it's dropped by 6 cents US, and the first 3 days of this week, it dropped by 2.5 cents US. Not good. Jody?
Not good for some. Thanks so much. Greg Harper reporting live from downtown Vancouver. Premier Christy Clark is hoping that dropping oil prices will bring workers in Alberta back home to BC. She told an annual truck loggers convention she's optimistic about the province's economic outlook. Premier says BC will balance its budget this year and have 3 LNG plants operating by 2020. She hopes those out of work in the oil fields will return to work in industries here.
Come home to your province, where you were born and where you want to raise your children. Come home and make your life here. Bring the skills that you've developed in other provinces across the country and build your future and help us build our economy right here at home.
An investigation is underway after an overnight fire at a home in Langley. Emergency crews were called out to 274th Street and 43rd Avenue shortly after 1 this morning. Firefighters needed to truck in their water supply to battle this blaze, making the process difficult to say the least. No word yet on if there were any injuries. Cause also still unknown. Crews trying to determine right now if the fire was suspicious. Books of condolence for the RCMP officer shot and killed near Edmonton last weekend are being set up here in the Lower Mainland. RCMP in Coquitlam and Burnaby say they want to show support for Constable David Wynn's family. He died Wednesday after being shot at close range Saturday morning. Wynn and his partner were responding to a call at a casino. His regimental funeral will be held on Monday. The opening of the Bailey Bridge connecting New Westminster and Coquitlam has been delayed for a 4th time. The span was supposed to be finished in September. Authorities now say it won't be up and running until well into the spring. Engineers blaming the new delay on wet weather, slowing down construction. But they claim the $1.4 million project remains on budget. Speaking of budgets, campers are going to have to pay more to stay in BC's provincial parks. As of March 15th, most parks will charge an extra $2 to $5 per night. The increase means it will cost $35 a night for up to 4 people to camp at Cultus Lake in the Fraser Valley. The additional cost is expected to generate $1.3 million. The Ministry of Environment says that extra revenue will go towards improving facilities. Vancouver Coastal Health admits it's worried about our local beaches. This as Transport Canada considers changing its sewage policy. Federal department is looking into allowing small boats within 1 nautical mile of shore to discharge sewage. Right now, the allowable distance is 3 nautical miles. A doctor with Coastal Health is now urging Transport Canada to reconsider. He points out last summer, 5 local beaches were closed due to high E. coli counts. Just coming up to 7:36, let's talk some sports. We begin with tennis and a shocking upset for Roger Federer at the Australian Open. Legendary Swiss player was eliminated by Italian Andreas Seppi. Score of the 3rd round match was 6-4, 7-6, 4-6, 7-6. The 17-time Grand Slam champ has not been beaten this early at the Aussie Open since 2000. It's good news for Milos Raonic if he can get to those finals. Meanwhile, Eugenie Bouchard recovered her rhythm late in the first set of the Grand Slam's 3rd round, going on to beat Caroline Garcia 7-5, 6-love. 20-year-old's victory over Garcia will pay back against the French player for the loss last year in Mexico, you might remember. Bouchard will play next Irina Camelia Begu of Romania, and that happens later today. 2 Canadians will be on the court this evening as well. Milos Raonic will face Germany's Benjamin Becker, while Vancouver's Vasek Pospisil will play Spain's Guillermo Garcia Lopez. Some Friday night hockey for you to check out during the NHL All-Star break. Kamloops Blazers in Victoria to take on the Royals at Save On Foods Memorial Centre. Watch it live on Sportsnet starting at 7:30. And of course, it is NHL All-Star Weekend, and you can catch it live from Columbus, Ohio. Skills competition. Love the skills competition. Goes tomorrow afternoon at 4. Then Sunday, you can check out the 2015 Honda NHL All-Star Game at 2 o'clock. NHL's All-Star Game will be without the one, the only, Sid the Kid. Sidney Crosby out with a lower body injury. He joins his teammate, Evgeny Malkin, and Columbus Blue Jackets goaltender Sergei Bobrovsky, who will also miss Sunday's game. Still be fun. Other guys will shine. Like many people around the province, a Burnaby chiropractor is getting set for Super Bowl, but he won't be attending as a spectator. This is a cool story. Dr. Jerry Ramogita has been working for the Seattle Seahawks for more than a decade. He'll be getting on a plane on Sunday with the team. Dr. Ramogita will be working with them all next week to prepare for the big battle with the New England Patriots.
This year, with the Super Bowl curse and no team has won a playoff game after winning the Super Bowl the year previous in 10 years. So to win that divisional game, and then to know we're going to another NFC championship, and then to win that game in that fashion, my heart's still recovering.